You action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the new Ant-Man and the Wasp Marvel Legends 2-pack featuring Lewis and the Marvel's Ghost, or just the Ghost. And the figure comes packaged in the same style that we've been seeing with all these 2-packs. You've got the black box with the red borders, you've got the Legend Series logo up at the top, you've got the movie logo down below, and the names of the characters. On the side of the packaging, on one side you've got artwork for Lewis, and then on the other side artwork for the Ghost, and then on the back of the packaging you have a look at the movie poster, and then brief bios in multiple languages for both characters. So here's a look at Lewis, and then here's a look at the Ghost's bio. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figures outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now for the Lewis figure, you get, first of all, you get a shrunk down version of the pin building, and you know, like in the movie, they have it on the suitcase carrier, so you've got the handle on the top there, and you can actually pull that up or push it down, though you can't push it down all the way. That's as far down as you can push it. And then it doesn't actually have wheels, it's just got little legs, so it doesn't roll or anything. But you know, again, they've made it so it does look like it's on that suitcase carrier. And then the building itself, you know, it's just a square piece of plastic, but you do have some line work sculpted on the outer portions of the building, so it does look like it did in the movie. And even on the top for the roof there, they have some sculpting detail. So overall, I think they've done a pretty good job with this. And it appeared in both the Ant-Man and Wasp movie, and then also briefly appeared in the Endgame movie. Now, one thing to note here, that the arm, or at least the hand, is longer on the right arm than the left. So when you want him to hold the building, it's better to have him hold it with the right hand. He can actually grip the handle good enough without having to lift the building up or anything. But when you try and do it on the left side, the hand just doesn't come down quite enough for him to actually hold it. So like I said, if you want him to hold the handle of the building, it's better to use the right hand. And then also you get this ant, and this is done with just brown and black plastics. You've got the little antennas and the legs, which are done with a softer plastic. You can make out his eyes on his head there. And this is a static piece. There's no articulation or anything on this. So, you know, other than standing it next to the figure or what have you, there's not a whole lot you can do with it. Now the Ghost figure comes with two different head sculpts. The first one is a masked head sculpt with the hood, and this is the one that's attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging. Originally I thought the hood was a separate piece. You could actually take it off from the head, but it looks like it's actually glued onto the head. So if you really wanted to get it off, you could, but as it is, it looks like it's done as one piece. And the gray colors, you've got the darker gray and then the lighter gray on it, and it matches up with the rest of the body. And then you have the red on the eyes, which looks pretty good, and you know, seems to capture the likeness of the Ghost costume from the movie. Then for the second head sculpt, it's an unmasked one, and this one does have a separate piece for the hood. It's pulled back so it just fits around the figure's neck, so you can have that on there if you want to, but you can also just have the unmasked head without that. And overall, even though I've only seen the movie once, so I don't remember the actress's likeness who played the Ghost that clearly, but from what I remember, it seems like it does a pretty good job of doing that. You've got the long hair with the blonde tips, and then she's got, looks like she has green eyes, and then pretty good skin tone on this one. Now for the figures themselves, starting with the Lewis figure, I think they've done a good job with the head sculpt on this one, capturing actor Michael Peña's likeness. He's got the goatee and mustache, good skin tone, black hair. He does have a big goofy smile, but as I recall, that is movie accurate. He's wearing a suit, so he's got this dark navy blazer jacket, which has the ex-con logo painted on the pocket on the left side there. The jacket is a separate piece made with a soft plastic. However, you can't unbutton the jacket, so it is one piece that's not really made to be removable. The arms of the jacket are sculpted. The paints match up nicely, but you do get bad gappage there between the arm and the jacket itself. So you can see the white shirt underneath there. And again, that does stick out pretty badly on this figure. He does have the white shirt with the blue tie he's wearing. He's got the khaki pants, and underneath the jacket, you can make out his belt. However, it looks like they did not paint it. And I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but the belt underneath there is not painted. painted. And then, like I said, he's got the khaki pants with the black shoes, and the detailing with that looks pretty good. So overall, you know, not a bad looking figure. I can't say I've been dying for a Lewis action figure, but there you go. You know, it has been a pretty major part in the 2 Ant-Man movies, so, you know, I guess it's worth doing. And he even has some nice detailing on the right hand of Lewis with his ring. He's wearing it on his pinky finger, and you've got some metallic gold, and then the red for the stone is it's just painted red, but still pretty nice detailing with that. With the Ghost figure, you've got pretty basic paint applications with just the light and dark grays. You have a little bit of blue there at the waist section with the 2 dots, and then on the side you've got some there on the wrist and there at the calves. No wash effect or anything. It is kind of I do like the texturing and stuff of the suit, and I think they've done a good job of capturing, you know, how the suit appears in the movie. Now in the comics, you know, the Ghost was actually originally a male character and actually a bad guy for Iron Man, not Ant-Man. So I'm not sure how they decided to go with Ghost for an Ant-Man movie. But, you know, overall, again, if you liked her in that movie, then I think they've done a good job with this figure and capturing the character's likeness. Now these figures stand, the Lewis figure is the taller of the 2, and he comes in right around 6.5 inches tall, maybe a hair under. And then the Ghost figure comes in a little bit over 6 inches tall if you count to the top of her hood. And here's a comparison of the Ant-Man and Wasp figures that were also released for this movie. And here's a comparison of the Yellow Jacket figure from the first Ant-Man movie with the Ghost figure, your 2 Ant-Man villains. Here's a comparison of the suited Marvel Legend body that we often see. The legs are the same, the shoes are different, and the coats are different, and I believe the shirts are different. So pretty much the only thing the same between these 2 figures are the legs. Now for the Lewis figure, for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right. He can look down about that much, and then he can look up about that much. You don't really get much in the way of head pivot. With the arm, he can get his arm out only about that much, and then he has good rotation at the shoulder. He's got the bicep swivel. He does have a double hinged elbow, so he can bend his elbow really good. He's got rotation with the hands. You get hinges, so up and down movement there. He's got, I believe, a midsection joint underneath the coat, but because he's wearing the coat and the coat's not removable, you really can't do much with that. He does have a waist swivel. With the legs, he can only do the splits that much. You can get the leg forward pretty good, and then you can do the leg back about that much. He has a thigh swivel. He's got a double jointed knee, so good bending there at the knee. And then with the feet, he has hinges, but he can do his foot back a little bit. But the way the pants come down, he really can't do the foot forward much. And he does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Now for the Ghost figure, you can turn the head to the left and to the right and can look down a little bit, but really can't look back at all because of the hood, and you don't get any head pivot with this one. You can get the arm out pretty good there at the shoulder. You've got good rotation there. Of course, you only get the single hinged elbow because it is a female Marvel Legend figure. You don't have a bicep swivel, but you do have the rotation at the elbow. You have rotation with the hands, and then you have hinges on the hands, so good up and down movement there. She has a midsection joint, so she can rotate and pivot to the left and the right, but she really doesn't have much in the way of crunch forward movement, and she can look back about that much. She does not have a waist swivel. She can only do the splits about that much. She can get her leg forward pretty good and do her leg out and back. She's got a thigh swivel. She's got a double jointed knee, so good bending there at the knee. And then with the feet, you have the hinges, so back and forth movement. And she does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So while this isn't the most exciting 2-pack that I've seen Hasbro do for the Marvel Legend line, Lewis really wasn't high up there on my priority list of characters to be made into Marvel Legends. I've got to say that they've done a good job of capturing these characters' likenesses, and if you are a fan of these characters, then I think this is a set you'll definitely want to check out. Now this set is available now. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.